Hello and welcome to this Inner Queen activation. I received this activation as a part of the 8-8 Lionsgate this year, 2021. But you can use this activation anytime, regardless of what day of the week or what day of the year it is. This is an activation that if you have landed on this page, if you're listening to this right now, then you can trust that you have drawn this activation to you. You have magnetized, attracted this activation to you because you are ready to receive it. You are ready to open the inner gate, the inner power, the inner portal to infinity and to the divine feminine and her mystery, her majesty, her magic. So this activation is to, like I said in the beginning, open up the gate to the kingdom, if you like, the inner kingdom that belongs to your inner queen. And the queen is the one that has traveled through the underworld, through the darkness, through her own shadows. And she has learned how to navigate some of that landscape. There is more yet to discover, but she has walked down the many paths of this underworld, of her own underworld, of her own darkness, so many times that she is familiar with the different energies, the different beings, the different expressions that the underworld takes. And she has also explored the heavens, the sky, the divine, the unconditional love. So the queen is also synonymous with a priestess in this case. That she has learned how to flow with the cycles of the universe, with the cosmic tides. She's syncing her life up with the movements of Source, of the movements of God, of Goddess. And she's restructuring her life in a way that she can honor these cycles rather than working against them, rather than living in a linear 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, year after year, entrapments. She's forging her own way. She's stepping out of that hamster wheel lifestyle. And instead, she's taking charge. She's taking the reins and she's saying, I want to live in harmony with what moves inside of me. I want to live in harmony with the way my body rises and falls, in harmony with the cycles of the year, when the sky gets darker and when the sky gets lighter, when the moon is full and when the moon is half. I want to live in harmony with the seasons, when it's cold, when it's hot, when it's dark, when it's light. And I want my body to synchronize itself to those seasons, to the rhythms, to the dance of this planetary life on earth that we are all bound to. As long as we are in these bodies, we are bound to these cycles. Yet our society has taught us, so most likely in an unconscious way, but it has taught us that we ought not to live like that. We are to be slaves to consumerism, to capitalism. We are to be slaves to the clock rather than to our natural rhythms, and how our natural rhythms sync up to the natural rhythms of the earth, the stars, the moon, and the sun. And becoming a queen, becoming a priestess, is about stepping back into the natural cycles, stepping back into the flow of the divine. And our inner voice, if we listen, will always lead us back to that. Because our inner voice wants our body, mind, and soul to be in balance. Our inner voice wants the planet to be in balance, wants our society, the human collective, to be in balance. But for that to happen, each individual also needs to be in balance within themselves. And so this activation, this beautiful 8-8 Lion's Portal Gate, that just, when I'm recording this, that has just passed earlier this week. And I received this channeling as almost like an honoring ritual, an honoring imagery, visual journey, to open up the possibility for each individual to step back into that flow, to step back into remembrance of self, remembrance of body, honoring of the body, honoring of the physical self, as well as the soul self, and honoring our past, not just our past, our personal past, but the past of humans and civilizations before us, and what we have learned, the wisdom that we carry in our bones, in our bodies, in our blood, of what life used to be. And we have access to all that information if we quiet our minds, we step out of the rat race, and we start to listen. The wisdom is within every single person. So this activation is about saying yes to that, saying yes to remembering that ancient wisdom that rests within each and every one of us, saying yes to stepping back into the natural cycles, saying yes to taking ownership of your life, saying yes to being a force of love on this planet, of divine love, of beautiful, nurturing, unconditional love. And sometimes that involves being fierce in the way that you act, in the way that you speak, in the way that you move through this world. Unconditional love is not always that softness. Sometimes it's fire, and sometimes it's seeing the things that do not work and decide that no one else is going to destroy those structures. No one else is going to disintegrate those structures, whether they be internal or external. So it is up to each individual to take responsibility for a little part, that small part that they can control, that they can change. One person cannot change the whole system. It's a team effort. It's something that we do collectively. So don't burden yourself thinking that you need to save the whole world, or that the future of the world rests on your shoulders alone. No. This is a team effort. This is a collective movement. And your job is to clear yourself of your karma, is to heal your inner wounds so that you can act in pure integrity with your heart, with your deep knowing, with your truth. And that's your work. That is your responsibility first. And if you can make some changes in the system while you're at it, then great. But the first step is always self-awareness, self-healing, self-connection. Because when you connect with self, when you connect with your true self, your authentic voice, then you are connected to the divine, and the divine will guide you. So let's get to this visual journey. I'll ask you to sit comfortably anywhere you wish. If you want to lay down, you can do so. And first of all, I will ask for the gates of the 4 directions to open. I ask for the gate of the east to open. I ask for the gate of the west to open. I ask for the gate of the north to open. And I ask for the gate of the south to open. The 4 directions: water, air, earth, fire. May these elemental forces balance each person that is listening to this right now. May you come into balance within body, mind, and spirit. Now I want you to visualize an 8-pointed star right under your feet. This is the star of Ishtar, of Inanna, of Isis. These are all primordial, divine, feminine energies, all belonging to the same force, the same source. So we use the star of Ishtar as our symbol of activation for queendom today. So you can just visualize this beautiful star. She is the goddess of the heavens, and she is the goddess of the earth. Everything that is created from her womb. Everything that moves is created through her will. Even you and your family and everything that is alive comes through her command. Now you can see this 8-pointed star also hovering above your head. So you've got one just under your feet and one just above your head, and you can just allow these to exist above and below you. And just see them here through your inner eye. And now you can Visualize how there's also an 8-pointed star, another one, a third one, just behind you. So hovering just behind you. And a fourth 8-pointed star, hovering just in front of you. And these 4 stars are creating a powerful field of divine feminine energy. Now, this energy is deeply sexual, and it carries the wisdom of sacred sexuality. So one of the consequences, one of the results of accepting this activation, which I will guide you further in just in a second, but one of the consequences is you taking your power back around your body, your beauty, your magnetism, and knowing how sacred that is. And for anyone that has ever made you believe otherwise, those structures will need to go. Those inner thoughts, beliefs, feelings of shame, of guilt, they need to go, because your sexuality is sacred, and your sexuality is that which brings life. And not just physical life, but it is the very same source energy that the goddess uses in order to create. So, when you're ready, you can begin by pulling the stars that are above and below you, pulling them through your body, almost like they are magnetically drawn to one another, and their meeting point is right in your beautiful heart. So just see them moving through your body up to your heart space. And this is it's a fiery energy, but not a wildfire. It's a calming, golden, bluish fire that is purifying, and that is giving your inner self permission to burn off anything that isn't true, that isn't fully aligned with you right now. And there will be many layers to burn. But right now, to the capacity that you are able to hold, this fire will burn down all that which stands in the way for you to see yourself as a wonderful, beautiful, powerful creatrix, queen, priestess, channel of both the heavens and the earth. And you can allow the stars that are behind you and in front of you to also magnetically, through your heart, be drawn into your chest, right at the meeting point of where those other stars, the two other stars met. Just draw them together and bring them in. Just receive this. Yes. And as they meet in your heart, if you want, you can visualize a beautiful golden, honey-like liquid just pouring from your heart into all directions of your body. Just let that honey, that golden, beautiful energy just pour all over your body. Just every cell is just receiving this warm liquid gold. And with your thoughts, you can direct this energy here. If you want it to go in a specific direction, perhaps your womb, your yoni, your pussy, or maybe down your legs. Or you can move it up into your solar plexus, just allowing it to really strengthen your sense of self here, knowing that you are never anything less but absolute divine beauty and love. You are never anything less than that. You never was, and anyone or anything that ever made you think that you are not that can all burn down. They are illusions. They are lies. You are divine light. And you can direct this energy out through your arms and your hands and up into your head, your eyes. Just fill your tongue with this golden nectar, honey dripping. And just breathe in this beautiful energy here. Now I'm being shown how you are invited to also, with your finger, actually with your left hand, make a figure 8, a lying figure 8. So the infinity symbol right over your heart. So you can just draw that infinity symbol over your heart with your finger. Just do it a few times, until you start to see with your inner eye how this infinity symbol is being carved deeply into your energy field. Just trust the process here. You don't have to, if you can't see anything, that is absolutely fine. You are being held in that space, and you have your guardians and your guides helping you to do this. If you have not yet mastered it, it's all good. You just receive, receive, receive. This does not have to be hard. Nothing has to be hard. If you're open to receive magic, then nothing is hard. Doesn't mean it's not painful. Doesn't mean that it's not sometimes uncomfortable. But it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can just flow with your inner knowing. So just trust that your guides will be probably working with you over the next few days. So if you notice any urges or any lower chakra, root, sacral, and solar plexus chakra activity, then just know that this is this beautiful queen energy working on you. It's working its way through any emotional blockages, any tension or energetic knots that may have stagnated or been put there in the past that you have held on to. Just know that this energy will be working through that. So be aware. Don't be afraid to feel whatever comes up, and do observe your thoughts these coming few days. And just a reminder here again that you are a sovereign being. You are a divine being. What you experience and what you feel and what you hear is real. You're not crazy, and you're not going to be burned on the stake. You're not going to be punished in this lifetime. You are safe to be a priestess of the light. You are safe to fully let go on this earth at this time. You are so safe to unfold in your sexual magnetism. You are safe to be orgasmic. You are safe to create heaven on earth. And you are safe to use your voice, your authentic heart. You're afraid. Even if you are afraid to be seen and to be heard for who you really are, know that you are safe in this lifetime. The women that have gone before us have done the hard work. Now we are safe. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope you enjoy this activation, and I hope you enjoy your life being an absolute queen. Sending you so much love. Bye.